Join me for a little bit of relaxation up here in a nice winter camp. Halfway up the little mountain over here. Kind of way social distancing today. Getting way away from the people. Way away from the craziness. Get up here. You can relax and contemplate the last couple weeks' events. Welcome to camp. Enjoy some peace and quiet away from all the craziness. Like to come up places like this every once in a while during the winter and get a nice little fire going and kind of contemplate. And it's definitely time for thinking and thought processes over the last couple weeks. Some crazy things are happening. But I won't bore you with details because I'm sure all of you are fully aware of that. So basically, I'm up here distancing myself from all of that, of course. Got some hot chocolate, a little bit of coffee, and a little part of a little survival ration that I can eat. It's kind of a tough trail getting up this far with the Defender, the Land Rover. Deep snow this year for this time of year. We're in the first week of spring, and just feet of snow still, especially you get going up in this elevation up here on the side of the mountain, and snow starts to pile up fast. So it was a hard fought battle getting to this point. Winching, trying to keep above the snow, keep the wheel spin to a minimum, just kind of float along on top of the snow. But we very rarely get packable snow, and when we do, it's only a couple hours worth of packable snow. And then as soon as you get into where there's some shadows or anything along the trail, then the snow is not packable and you just fall right into it. It's got to have a couple hours of good sunshine on it to warm it up, to pack it down and soften it up. And then at night we're right back down below freezing. So the snow up here in south central Alaska is so unpredictable from day to day, because it freezes solid, or freezes back during the night, and you get a little bit of thawing out during the days. And so you have this molecular thing going on with the snow that's just constantly changing. And it's not good conditions to drive in at all. But made it up here. Had to walk in, hike in, last little bit. And, sit here, enjoy the fire. Everyone's safe down below. I think it's quite chaotic up here in Alaska. People are a lot more low-key, a lot more calm. Local government, state government, I think has done a very good job at keeping the people calm, keeping the people informed, and they're doing it in a really good way. I think up here is they're really explaining. Right now the number one concern here for all over the country and all over the world, but especially here, is we don't have roads that come into Alaska from all these different places. We get most of our groceries and just about everything, if it's not made in Alaska, it's coming on a ship or it's coming on a semi-truck up through Canada. So we're kind of limited on how we get in our supplies. But the local government and the governor and the Anchorage mayor in the last couple of days, they've been doing some little news press releases and videos, and I think they've done a pretty good job at letting the people know that the supply route hasn't been affected. Everything's still running smooth. The supplies, the goods are still coming into the state like normal, and they gave a real good sense of not to worry about supplies. So I think people are calming down. You know, they're not impulse buying. I think we've kind of hit that plateau, worrying about those issues. Now the seriousness of the sicknesses, you know, is going to have to be dealt with. You know, and we'll figure that out in the next couple of weeks. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Who knows? You know, we're being told it's going to be pretty bad. So, you know, you just got to brace yourself the best you can for what's to come. And, you know, take advantage of situations like this. Get out of your house. You know, find some place you can build a fire. Find some place you can get out in nature. And that's another thing up here in Alaska that the local government and even the mayor of Anchorage and the governor, they've stressed that too, is, you know, just don't sit in your house. Get out and exercise. Get out into nature. Nobody's telling us that we got to sit in our house and just twiddle our thumbs and be completely dependent on a government and other people to provide us with our health. You know, as much as you can, take that power you have as an individual, as a human on planet Earth, and use that to your benefit. Open your windows. You know, it's springtime around the country, and enjoy it. You know, air your houses out. Sit out on your porches. You know, do as much as you can to be out in that fresh air. Quit sitting in those offices. Quit going to the grocery stores and breathing that recycled air. Quit traveling on airplanes for a while. Get out into areas like this. Breathe that pure air. Play in that, you know, snow, the fresh rain, fresh mud. Get out in it. You know, and that's kind of how I go about it is, you know, am I going to listen to scientists? Am I going to listen to world health professionals? And sure, to an extent, that's the intelligent thing to do. There's also, you know, are they telling you to run out into nature? Are they telling you common sense, ancient techniques to improve your health? Not so much. They you know, the media, modern medicine, of course, they're gonna lean more towards the more recent ways of doing things and try to reinforce that that's better. But that's great. You can take some of that, pick and choose some other things, you know, do some more research. I'm just not in the agreement of, you know, cooping yourself up in a stale house, you know, just sitting there waiting for something to happen, you know, being afraid of fresh air, being able, you know, afraid of going out into nature. And, you know, there's plenty of other people to gather information from and kind of think, you know. People like Wim Hof. If you don't know who that is, Google it. WIMHOF. He might have two F's. It might be HOFF or HOF. Wim Hof. Not David Hasselhoff. Don't listen to anything that idiot has to say. Wim Hof. Nordic guy. He'll tell you, go jump in the snow. Go jump in the ice water. You know, put yourself in those situations where your immune system has to work, has to get kick-started. And there's other people that'll say that as well, you know. Use that immune system. Expose yourself to don't expose yourself to viruses or anything like that, but expose yourself to the cold. Expose yourself to the dirt, to the earth, to the mud, to the tree bark, to the chaga. Because the more of that natural element, the more planet Earth that you can absorb into your body naturally and healthy, I do believe, that's going to benefit you throughout your life. And I think there's enough people that will also tell you that, on a very intelligent level, that it's absolutely believable. Where do these massive viruses, massive illnesses come from? You got to think about that. Do they come from over there in the woods? No. I can tell you that 100%. There's nothing over there in those woods right there that you're going to develop a virus from, or, a sickly illness. So those are the things you got to think about. Take the time to breathe that fresh air in. Get that fresh air. Get that cool, cold air up into your brain. Get it thinking. And hopefully, people across the whole planet can start doing that and start figuring some of this stuff out. Try out my little survival ration. These are the ones that come in like survival rafts, long storage pilot survival kit, stuff like that. So pretty good. They taste like candy. Crazy amount of calories. So you usually eat 2 of these cubes, 2 or 3 a day. I'm just gonna have a little piece. Yeah, that's what it's about. Get up here, enjoy the side of the mountain. Bears are up there waking up. They're going to be mad, hungry. They'll be coming down this way in a couple weeks. So, it'd be nice to start seeing their tracks and seeing signs of that. Chasing after all the moose and all that. But for now, it's just the birds and the squirrels. The wolverine, the pine marten, the ravens. Wolves are running around. All the good stuff in nature. All right, boil up my water and getting smoked out right now, so I'm gonna poke at this fire, get something going. All right, heading home. It's past 6 p.m. Sun came on a good bit, brightened everything up nicely. But yeah, it's past 6 in the evening, and you know, springtime in Alaska, we're getting more and more sunshine every day. It's fantastic. So you know, we got probably easily a couple more hours of good daylight. So you know, this time of year you start to, you know, lose focus. You're coming out of that dark winter, and there's so much more sunshine all of a sudden. You know, it's just fantastic. Got to get out in it. But starting to head down. Land Rover's down there somewhere. Whoville is down there. All the Who's running around crazy. Came from up there. Peaceful. Got the mountains way over there. Got mountains behind us. Mountains all around us. Out here with the wolves and the birds. The squirrels and the moose. That's where it's at. Out here. And discovered something kind of cool. Testing out my new system here. That's my my little bag that if I get in trouble, I walk away from the vehicle. Got all my like little survival kind of walk out of the woods back to the main road set up in there. And decided, you know, why am I going to try to carry it? I got my shovel. I brought my shovel so I could dig out a nice spot to have a camp up there. You know, and this is a very nice plastic, really heavy duty, thick plastic shovel, but it's fairly lightweight, so you don't mind carrying it. But I'm like, you know, I went about 10 feet. I'm like, why am I carrying all this stuff? There's snow. I can drag it like a sled. So just moved around the leather strap a little bit, tightened it up that I got on the bag, and I can basically hold on to it perfectly and just drag it next to me, and it works absolutely perfect. Why am I putting it on my shoulder, putting all that stress on my body? You know, let's start thinking how to do things easier, how to do things smarter. You know, that work smarter, not harder. And this is a perfect opportunity to test that out, and it's working fantastic. You know, it's like pulling your luggage down through the airport. Smooth, you know, easy, low stress. It's great. So, just making my way down slowly. Enjoying a nice, warm, spring Alaskan day. This is what happens sometimes. Cruising along, making good progress. Everything's cool. Beautiful day. The sun's going down over there. Trail's in great shape. Cruising along, second gear, and pow! Out jumps a log. Grab both my tires. That hit both tires. I just put air in these too. They were getting a little too low. So now they're both at 0. I can still drive on them. But both of those tires hit that log. Because I went slinging off the trail and almost hit a tree. But yeah, I mean, it was instant. I instantly lost steering. Now, you can see what a no-air triple door looks like on a rig. I mean, I can still drive on it, but I can't steer very well. So throw some air in there and keep going on. Gotta watch for those little trail hazards.